going on, everybody? Get you centered right here. It is your boy, Trey Sense, and we got a little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. So, fragrance sale. Fragrance sale, fragrance sale, fragrance sale. These are all good fragrances. Just a little redundant in my collection. This video may come in two different parts. Well, not may come in two different parts. It's definitely going to come in two different parts because I'm going to do a discontinued sale as well, where I get rid of some of my discontinued fragrances, which may be in the next day or two. But anyway, before I get into that, I need something from you. Like, share, sub, and check in and let me know where you're commenting. Let me know where you're watching the video from or commenting from. Little Rock, Arkansas. Appreciate y'all. South Alabama, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for supporting a YouTuber. I appreciate it. Now, let's get into it. A fragrance. I've worn this fragrance 3 or 4 times, and maybe I need to let the bottle sit, maturate. Just not really happy with it. Just not really a fan of it, of its performance. From the house of Burberry, it is the original Burberry Hero. Now I have all 3. I have Burberry Hero, I have Burberry Hero EDP, and then the Parfum Intense. And the Parfum Intense is the one I like the best. This, I don't really get all the hype about it. I picked this up late in the game. Actually, I got them probably in reverse order because I got the EDP first, and then I got the Parfum, and then I got this one. This was the last one that I picked up. And I don't normally like breaking up a set if I have one of them and I have all of them. I normally don't like it, but I've only had this a few months. That's the dent level that I've put in it, trying to give it an opportunity to win some playing time in my rotation, and I just can't. It's not a bad smelling fragrance by any stretch of the imagination. It's a good smelling fragrance, and this came from Dillard's, so I know it's 100% authentic. It came from Dillard's, and it's a good smelling fragrance. It's nice, it's fresh, it's clean, it's crisp, it's woody, but the performance just leaves something to be desired for me. And again, it could be one of those fragrances that I spray and I lose track of it and go nose blind to it, and everybody else in the room is thinking, man, that guy sure did put on a lot of cologne. It could be. But I don't pick up anything when I wear this. Now, spraying it right there, it smells good, and it smells good coming off of my skin. Again, a nice, woody, crisp, clean fragrance. I can see why so many people would like it, but the way that it performs on me, I don't get why this was so hyped when it first came out. Now again, the other Burberry Heroes, big fan of, I love. But if you want an opportunity to pick up Burberry Hero, again, this came from Dillard's. I don't have the box to any of these fragrances, but you will have an opportunity to purchase them. I don't quite know the prices yet. My email will be in the description box, and you know, we can discuss it there. We can discuss it when you email me. Or if you have my phone number and you see something that you like, just text me or message me on Facebook or Instagram or Snap or TikTok or wherever you communicate with me. Just get at me and we'll go from there. But Burberry Hero is one that will be up for grabs. Another one, I'm on the fence about this one. This is one I could sell or I could not sell. And most of these bottles are pretty much full. As you see, I have a lot in my collection. So 2025 Dior Homme Parfum. I wore this to work the other day and instantly received 2 compliments. Instantly. I mean, it was, somebody smells good. Now I have an older batch of this as well. And comparing the two is not fair because the older batch is different, definitely deeper, richer, just different. It's different. But that doesn't mean that this one isn't good as well. It smells good to me. I've seen a lot of people poo-poo on this fragrance, and I think that's unfair. I think it's a good fragrance. It's just that when your collection is as big as mine is, I have so many fragrances that do what this one is trying to do. Or to do what this one is doing. Now, again, it's tough. None of these are fragrances that I just have to sell. Let me get that out of the way and clear and in the open. This is not, I hate these fragrances. This is not, these fragrances stink. None of that. It's very simple. I have so many other fragrances that are trying to do what these fragrances do that it's kind of redundant. And these are just the more popular iterations of it. So I felt like it would be easier to sell them. Very simple. So when comparing this to the rest of the Dior line, it may not be as good, but I think what they tried to do with this one was make it more mass appealing. And I think they did that. I think it's a much more mass appealing fragrance, which doesn't appeal to a lot of us frag heads, because the last thing we want to be is mass appealing. But this is a good fragrance. This is a good fragrance, and it's a good smelling fragrance. You're going to get a lot of citrus and some leather. It definitely performs like a parfum. It's a good fragrance. It's a good fragrance. I just have others. So it's not one that I reach for a lot. I did wear it to work the other day, and it did perform well, and I did get a lot of compliments. Now, fair warning, I did layer this with my Dior Homme Parfum Intense butters from JB Butters, so that may have helped as well. But yeah, good fragrance. I just have a lot of citrus, grown man, dressy style fragrances that I just don't really need this one. Good fragrance. Need no introduction. Cedrat Boise Intense. Extremely good fragrance. Extremely good fragrance. I have Eros Energy. I have the original Cedrat Boise. I have Hasselvat. I have Club de Nuit Man Intense. I have Mont Blanc Legend Explorer. Goodness gracious, need I go on? So I have Creed Aventus, so I don't necessarily need this. I don't necessarily need this. And I would sell the original Cedrat Boise and keep the Intense, because it's not really much difference. But that one was a gift. And if it's a gift, it's a gift. I don't part with it. So this one I purchased. So this is the one that I will sell. Now, I named all those fragrances, and right now somebody getting mad, throwing shit, talking about some Cedrat Boise don't smell nothing like Hasselvat. To my nose and on my skin, it does. It does. You know, are they identical? No. But are they all in the vein of the glorious Creed Aventus? Yes. My favorite to wear out of all those fragrances that I named is honestly Eros Energy. Yep, that's my favorite to wear out of all of them. So I wouldn't part with that one, but all of them are really good fragrances, and this is a good fragrance as well. Now again, does this smell like Creed Aventus? They're in the same vein. They're in the same wheelhouse. 100% no, but they're in the same wheelhouse. But if you're interested in picking up Cedrat Boise, here's your opportunity. And again, we can discuss prices. What I'll probably do is go somewhere like Joma Shop and Fragrance Net and get an average price, and then I'll figure my price based upon what's left in the bottle, what you can get it for new. And perfect example, like this one right here. You know, I've got to make money. You know, that's the thing. So I can't sell this for 20 bucks. So don't bother emailing me talking about I'll give you $20 for it, and then want this for $20 and expect me to pay the shipping. That's not gonna work. That's not how this is gonna work. So again, I'm a fair man. I'm a logical man. You know, as The boys said in their song, you know, I'm a man who thinks, not a man who drinks. So I'm a man who thinks. So, and you have to think too. Shipping, packaging, all of that comes out of my pocket. So prices will be fair, but it's got to make sense for both. It's got to make sense for both parties. I mean, you can clearly see that it's 80%, 90% full. So, you know, if you can get it from Joma shop or somewhere for $100, then I'm clearly not gonna charge you $100. You know, I think somewhere fair would be 65. You know, and again, that's me paying the shipping, and there's no tax. So if it's $100 on Joma shop, and this is how you got to think, if it's $100 at Joma shop, they may not charge me shipping, but I'm gonna pay 8-9% tax. So if it's 100, that automatically takes it to 110, 115 for a full bottle. So I can buy that bottle from Trey for $65 and not pay no tax or no shipping and still get, that's how you got to think about it. But, you know, some people just want to get shit as cheap as they can, and I get it. But like I said, it's not that I dislike the fragrance, and it's not like it doesn't have a home. It has a home. It doesn't have to leave. But if it wants to branch out, it can. Next on the list, which one is this? Paco Rabanne Phantom Intense. Again, not a disgusting fragrance by any means. And the more I wear this fragrance, the more I like it. But here's the problem with this. I've got about 15 Invictuses. And Paco used, it's almost like they use the same perfumer. So a lot of these fragrances do the same thing. Not so much with this one. If I had to pick between which one of the two that I would rather keep, it would be this one over this one. Because this one smells like several of the latest releases from Paco from Invictus, like Invictus Parfum, Invictus Victory, Elixir, because I have all those. So, yeah. Now, do these smell better than the original? Absolutely. Absolutely. And these have a cool factor to them to me. I was born in 75. So this reminds me of the robots that we used to play with when we were kids. You know, so I mean, if it just has to sit in my collection, that is fine. It's not going to hurt my feelings if I don't sell any of these. But if somebody is interested in them and I can get them to you for a fair price and it works for both of us, then it works for both of us. Now, again, I don't know what this is. Smells pretty good, guys. I'm a frag head. You know, this is not going to be, you know, easy. It smells good, though. It smells good. It's just, it doesn't make me, it just smells like other fragrances from the Invictus line, which would make sense because they're all from the house of Paco. So, Rabanne. But if you've been looking at this fragrance, you want an opportunity to get 100 ml of it, here is an opportunity. And again, it has to make sense because this is heavy. So it's going to cost me $10 to $12 to ship it. So I have to be able to get enough for it to make sense, but then I have to price it at a price point where it makes sense for you as well. Because again, I'm up against Joma Shop and Fragrance Net because I think those will probably be the two most reasonable places. But the one thing I do have in my advantage is there's no taxes. So, and the price will include shipping. So you have to keep that in. Why is this smelling so much better to me now? What's going on? Now I smell just a little bit of the original Paco Phantom DNA in that, which I wasn't a fan of, but okay, I'm moving on. The next one is same house, same flanker, and it is Phantom Parfum. Trying to be a little tricky. He's trying to be a little bit. He letting me know, big dog, I need to stay around. It's finna be hoodie season. Trust me, you're gonna be able to wear me. And he wouldn't be wrong. He wouldn't be wrong. But again, like I said, I have Invictus Victory. I have Invictus Victory Elixir, and then there's one I can't think of now. Because there's one that came out, the last one that came out, the bottle is a little bit different, but I have all three. I have the two fat ones and the robot slim looking bottle. And again, this one, again, it's a nice, sweet fragrance, but it is different. Both of these are different and unique fragrances, and that is a good thing, which again is why it's like, if I don't have to sell them, which I don't. I mean, if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. I've been on the fence with them and touring with them. Just like with the Cedrat Boise. Oh, that smells amazing. It smells amazing. It's a great fragrance, but it doesn't smell different enough from the rest of the ones that I just mentioned to keep them. And again, the reason that these are up for sale isn't that I dislike them. It's just because I feel like I have them in 2 or 3 different versions, and these are probably the more popular ones and easier to sell. I mean, it's that simple. It's not a love. I mean, it's not a hate or dislike at all. At all. As you see, it's a little bit difficult because I don't like getting rid of my fragrances sometimes. But sometimes, but especially this one. This one definitely reminds me of, I want to say Invictus Parfum. The kind of purplish, bluish gold one kind of reminds me of that one a lot. So it doesn't really stand out. And again, it's not a bad fragrance at all. It's just, I feel like I have it in several different bottles. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I will put my email in the description. I think I'm going to do at least one more video like this where I'm selling off or offering up some discontinued fragrances. If you're interested, stay tuned for that video. It may come out. This one you'll probably get Saturday, that one you may get Sunday. So with that being said, listen guys, I love you all and I greatly appreciate you all, and thank you for being the best part of this channel. I hope your day has been wonderful, and we will catch you on the flip side. Peace.